Okay, we're being live streamed. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Harlequin Murray. I am your co-host this evening, as I usually am on Monday nights. For those of you who are joining us here for the first time, this is our team Zoom. And for Ellen Winn's team, we do have a few other people who join us. We are definitely open to having other people. But anyways, for those of you who haven't been here before, like I said, welcome to the team. We're excited you're here. But I am going to go and introduce Ellen, and this is something that we do whenever you do a three-way Zoom or three-way call with somebody. So, I want to introduce my friend Ellen. She is the team leader for us. She has a very, very strong background in business. She worked in the restaurant industry for many years, worked her way up to a training director and a district director for Domino's Pizza. Then she went and started her own business and owned a couple of restaurants and was very successful with that. Then she ended up later going on and starting a limousine business, which has been highly successful. Whenever I met her, she was the national training director for a network marketing company. And she's been in the network marketing industry for over 20 years. And she's been with DAC for about 5.5 years at this point. She has a huge organization, and she's one of the highest ranking agents in the field with our company. But without any further ado, Miss Ellen Winn, can you go ahead and take it away?
I will, Harlequin. Thank you, and welcome everybody. Glad you're here, whether you're here with us live tonight or you're watching this on replay. Thank you for showing up for your business and showing up for the team. We appreciate that. And Harlequin, I appreciate that intro. As she said, that edification piece is something that you need to learn how to do, whether you're edifying me, whether you're edifying Harlequin, or you're working with another enroller that's actively helping you build your business. That way, when you have the opportunity to connect one of us with a client or potential prospect, you're building credibility for us and assuring your prospect that you're getting someone on the phone that really knows what they're talking about and has the answers for them. Okay, so I'm going to get us kicked off in a slide show. I'm going to go through that, and then we're going to do some Q&A at the end. So if anything comes up as I'm talking, please write down your questions. I'm open to doing role plays. We did some of that last week, and I'm open to doing that because I really just want to help you guys get better and get out of the gate making money and getting more customers. So DAC, fueling the American dream, getting your business going part-time, turn it into a full-time income potential with business services and consumer services. Beautiful thing about our business is that there is no investment required. All of your tools and training is provided for free, with the exception of print material. Anything that you want to print, you're going to be responsible for that on your own, but we're going to provide you everything else. You just got to come with a willingness to learn and a willingness to go to work. So DAC history, real quick. We're an 8-year-old company based out of Michigan, founded by David Allen Rutz. Hence the name, David Allen Capital. Okay, a lot of people think his name is David Allen. It's David Allen Rutz. R-U-T-Z is the last name. Our 8-year-old company, we've really laid the foundation. We've got all the systems in place, most of them, some that are still coming along and will be coming along many years down the road as technology evolves and our services evolve. But we're really positioned and poised for phase 2 of some massive growth. And we're looking for folks who want to really build a significant side hustle or a full-time income working inside the protection of the DAC business. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Now, you can earn a significant income from personal client acquisition But if you really want to make a lot more money, you want to build a team. So let's talk about our team builders and top recruiters for the week of 1/8 through 1/14. In first place, we had Ben Randalls with 4 new agents for the week. Congratulations, Ben. In second place, we had a 3-way tie with Eric Johnson, Mark Politi, and Ronnie McKellar. Congratulations to you 3 guys coming in second place. And in fifth place, we had a 3, 6, 7-way tie, each of us with 2 new agent recruits for the week. That would be Katina Willis, myself, Margaret Barker, MD Financial Solutions, Richard Brown, Sean McConaughey, and Victor Council. So congratulations to everyone who got recognized by name on the leaderboard. We had a lot of people that had at least 1 recruit. We had 25 agents in the team that had at least 1 recruit. So if your name's not listed here, you had to have 2 new recruits to be listed by name. And if you're not on the leaderboard and you didn't have a recruit this week, but you had some conversations with people, it's just a matter of time before your name will be up here also. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep talking to people, keep getting the message out there, encourage people to watch the video on our partner page that tells the DAC story and tells from the founder, from the horse's mouth, why DAC is such an incredible opportunity. We just got to get more people in front of that presentation, right? Okay, so coming up this week to help you become a pro, we've got tomorrow, we have healthcare with Jake from Clearwater starting at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time at daczoom.com. And then Wednesday at 11:30, we have funding training with Wade. Usually it's Wade. Sometimes David steps in there, but it's always some great updates, the latest information on what's going on in the funding space. So those calls are typically 30 minutes max. That's it. It allows you to come in, get the information that you need. Stay fired up and stay motivated about what's going on in your DAC business. Get the key information and then go on about your day. And then Friday, we have agent update with David Rutz at 11:30 Eastern time. And I'm looking for some more big updates this week. Hopefully, we've got a lot going on. Here we are on the 15th on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and had a good call with him earlier today with David, and some really good updates finishing out before the end of this month. So stay tuned to what is happening. But guys, why are you here? Why did you get started with DAC? Did you just see that it was free and you thought, well, I'll sign up and see what happens. Let me stick my toe in the water and see how I feel about this company? I totally understand that if that's the case. You know, I got started very part-time with DAC, but it resonated with me when I heard the business presentation for the first time. For those of you who've not heard my story on how I got started with DAC, here's what happened. I was going through Facebook one day and I got a notification that one of my friends had just done a live video. So I popped in to see what they were doing, and my friends had done a live stream telling about how they had just helped a business owner friend of theirs get a little over $100,000, and in return they got over $4,000 commission check, and they were looking for agents to join their team. So I thought, okay, you got a $4,000 commission check. What are you guys up to? I sent them a message after seeing their video. I sent them a message. Hey, I saw your live stream. What are you guys up to? They reached out to me, called me. We had a conversation. Then they sent me a link to their davidallencapital.com/partner page, just like we have today. Just the video was different, right? But same link and everything. I watched the presentation from David Rutz talking about business funding, which was our primary product at the time. And it resonated with me because, as Harlequin said in her intro, I had owned restaurants, and I was that restaurant owner who was able to get what I needed to get my first restaurant open. But when I went to open a second location, I couldn't get all the money that I needed from the bank, and I didn't have it in my cash flow. So I ended up pulling money out of my 401k and borrowing some money from family to be able to get that second location open. So it resonated with me, the need for working capital for business owners. So I said, okay, I'm in. I got started, but the day that I got started, I had gotten on the phone with David Rutz on a 3-way call, talk about edification, right? I had gotten my sponsor's sponsor on the phone who had been with the company longer. She connected us with David, and I brought a guest on the phone with me that very first day. I didn't come alone. So always take advantage of the opportunity when you have an opportunity to speak to a leader on our team. When you have an opportunity to talk to me, bring a guest along, because I'll help encourage them to take a look at what we're doing. But my guest got started and my team blew up because he had an organization and he started telling people, and it just led from one thing to another. Some of you may have seen my post a week and a half ago. I posted in our Facebook group that I have over 15,000 agents in my organization now, just because that first call, I invited a friend and he invited some people and they invited some people, and my business has taken on life of its own. You guys are all a part of that, and I appreciate that. But that's how easy this business can be, or how simple it can be. It's not easy. You got to put in work, and you got to be committed and consistent with the work that you do. But why are you here other than to get started? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? Are you here to win this game? Are you here for the accolades that will come your way and the financial rewards that will come your way because you're building a big business and you're really serious about what we're doing here? Are you one that loves that recognition? Are you one that wants to be walking across the stage when top leaders in our company get recognized? Are you one that's wanting to earn that car bonus and the other expense account bonus that goes along with moving through the ranks, and the financial rewards that come along with building a business here? Are you here just kind of watching and waiting and cheering everybody else on and content staying in the grandstands and not getting on the playing field? Because I know a lot of times the information that we give you in our calls, especially with David, he's always got a great message, great analogies, and sharing stories, coaching stories. And it's always motivational, right? But if you're just here to be in the stands cheering people on, you're not here for the right reason, right? We need you here to help spread the word about our services. We've got some phenomenal services that are desperately needed in the marketplace, and we can really touch a lot more people now since we have consumer services with our healthcare and our flat fee RX program. We've just got to get the message out to the right community and let that message just ripple, get that ripple effect going. And I know it's going to happen the more of us that are out here talking about it in our community. So I want you to take a look at your business, and I want you to focus on some key indicators. You know, I used to do this when I had my restaurant. I had my key indicator reports that I would pull up on a daily basis from my restaurant. So I decided to call this my key indicators here. When you open up and log into your back office, that little blue panel at the top, those are the key indicators of your business. How many personal customers do you have, and what is your commission amount? If you've got zeros and all of that, then it's time to get out of the grandstands and get onto the playing field and start bringing some customers to the table. Now, you can have some customers in there without any commissions, because some of our services, when people fill out the form on the website as a lead, it's showing that you have customer count, where we've got real-time activity where they're at least a lead in the system. So hopefully you have at least some of those, whether any of those leads have turned into a paying customer or not. But that's your first key indicator. The next indicator is over here in the summary, right? Whether you're engaged, qualified, or amped up. That's if you're promoting our funding services, the bonus services, what your rank is, whether you're an agent, a qualified agent, a team trainer, an area trainer, a regional trainer, and so on, moving up the ranks between your volume and your team volume. And then how many personal agents have you recruited, personal customers? These two numbers are here across the top. And then your status and your monthly revenue. But here's the number you need to be working towards. and it is targeting 200 in personal residual revenue. That's your target number, okay? So if it's at 0 right now, you need to be targeting getting to 200 in personal residual revenue or personal qualifying volume on a consistent basis each and every month. And one thing I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I bet some people think we have to go get new customers every month. We don't. That's the beauty of residual services. Our healthcare and our payment processing, our flat fee RX, and our ID theft, those 4 services are residual, which means there's going to be volume showing up each and every month. The payment processing is not going to be as consistent as the flat fee RX, the healthcare, and ID Protect. But once you get a customer on, as long as they stay on the service and as long as you didn't sign them up on an annual plan, if they're on a monthly plan, that volume is going to show up the next month and the next month and the next month. So you need 200 ongoing residual revenue volume, not 200 new volume every month. Now, if you're doing funding, that's going to be 200 new volume every month, which will mean you'll get a funding, that volume shows up one time, unless it's a really big funding, and then you may have 200 hit the next month or 3 or 4 or 5 months out, depending on that. And that's covered in the compensation plan, but your target number is 200 on personal residual revenue. And here's why. I'm going to keep driving this point home just to make sure everybody understands this. Your personal qualifying volume or residual revenue qualifies you in multiple ways, okay? One, it qualifies you to start earning commissions yourself, right? Because you got to have customers to get paid. It also qualifies you to earn your enroller match. So if you're building a team, your first 90 days that you have signed up in the business, when you're brand new, your first 90 days, you're automatically qualified to earn your enroller matching bonus. But after 90 days, you must have 200 personal qualifying volume points to be eligible to earn that enroller match. Okay, now that's on the residual side of things. On the bonus side of things, for you to earn an enroller match on bonuses, that enroller match is somebody that you sponsored into the business, you're eligible your first 90 days to automatically earn a 10% match. But after 90 days, you must have 200 personal residual revenue points to earn your enroller match, okay? So make sure you get that, because if you've got 200 points, you're going to earn enroller matches on residuals and on bonuses, even if you've never had a bonus or funding client on your own. If you have 200 points, then you're eligible to earn your enroller match of at least 10%, okay? The next part of the 200 equation is it gets you qualified to earn the 7-level pay. See here, at 50 points, you're earning on 3 levels deep in your group, and there's no team qualification there. When you have 100 and you have team volume of 250, then you're earning on 4 levels. When you have 150 personal points and 1,000 in your team, then you get paid 6 levels deep. And when you have 200, that magic number, and your team is producing 5,000, then you're getting paid on 7 levels deep in your organization. But if you have 0 here, 1, you don't have personal customers, so you're not earning anything on your own. If you have a team that is growing and they have volume, if you have 0 personal residual revenue points, then you're earning 0 after your first 90 days. So I want to help you get the customers so that you can get qualified in the compensation plan. Take your pick. We have a great variety of services to offer. On our business services, if you're leading with the business to business, then you're probably leading with business funding. That's the big upfront bonuses that you can only market to business owners. If you're leading with consumer services, we recommend that you start with that flat rate pharmacy because it's going to impact more people. I bet if you talk to 10 people and ask, hey, do you know anybody spending more than $20 a month on prescription drugs? Out of 10 people, at least 5 of them are going to say yes, unless all 10 of those people are between 20 and 30 years old, then maybe not, right? But if there's a little bit older, 35 and older audience there, then you're going to have a high percentage of people that say yes. If it's not them, they know someone that's spending more than $20, right? So those are your services. And if you'll get good at marketing those services and having conversations on an ongoing basis, then you're going to be able to build your income and you're going to be able to get the time freedom that I'm sure many of you are here for. I know I am. The beauty of having residual income, money that's coming in, whether we're working or not, gives us time to spend with friends, family, take vacations, not worry about punching a time clock, not worry about being anywhere at a given time or date because we're not working on anybody else's schedule but our own. So that's what I wanted to cover on the slideshow tonight. Let me do stop share and want to go to any questions that you guys have. Harlequin, I know we had talked about potentially doing a role play. So I'll put that out there to you guys. If anyone wants to do a role play with me, you can be the customer and I'll be the agent fielding your questions. You want to do that on any service that you want, or you don't have to do role play. If you got questions or comments or feedback on what we've covered, then go to the reactions and do a virtual hand raise. Harlequin, are you seeing anything in the chat there?
Nope, it's all quiet in the chat tonight. At least not coming to me.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. Hey guys, what are y'all doing out there? Got a good group on. Nobody? Nobody. Hey, I'm okay with that. We can just go early, right? We'll wrap it up early. And all right, we got one that says, I'm new. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Don't know how to raise your hand. Under at the bottom of the screen, there's a little button that says reactions. Looks like a little smiley face. And if you hit reactions, it opens up a window. There's the wave, the thumbs up, heart, and all that. And then there's a little bar that says raise hand. You can click that raise hand and it pops up a hand raise there.
Or they can just go and unmute themselves. There's actually 2 iPhones, so I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
So you can, if you
If
go,
you have a question, go ahead and unmute yourself. We'll give you a second there. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, guys, I'm talking to people every single day about our services. And usually it's about healthcare and RX, depending on who I'm talking to, but I may be talking to a business owner. If I talk to a business owner, then I'm opening the conversation to really talk about anything and everything that we have. Because I like to ask a lot of questions. You know, people will say, what do you do, Ellen? And I'll say, well, I own an agency. We have business financial services. And we also have a healthcare division for individuals and business owners. Yesterday, I was talking to a client of mine, a longtime client of mine, who owns a financial services agency. And we got to talking about healthcare. And I was telling him that our average individual savings is over $8,000 a year just on the monthly premium cost alone, right? If it is an employer, the average cost is cost savings is $4,000 a year per employee. I said, so imagine you have a group of 100 employees times $4,000. That's $400,000 a year back to the bottom line. And he goes, well, yeah, that's money that they're not pulling out of their financial investments. And I said, exactly. They're not pulling it out, or it's money that they get to add to their financial investments, right? So his eyes start lighting up when we're having this conversation. And I was talking to him about a friend of his who's an insurance agent who does most of the property and casualty work for his clients because they've created a trusted referral network. And I said, I was talking to his friend, I won't name the name, but I said, I was talking to him recently about our new insurance platform, and I need to circle back around to him and revisit that conversation. And he said, Ellen, when you schedule that, I'd like to be in that too, because now we're talking about potentially doing an introduction to the powers that be at Clearwater so that they can get the confidence level that they need, because they're dealing with some high profile clients that have a large number of employees. But I've got this network now. I'm going to do that introduction. And he said, Ellen, I'd like to be on that call. He said, I would love to send our healthcare your way. He said, every single week I'm dealing with somebody, we're doing their financial planning, and we're needing some healthcare, being able to help them lower that. And especially if they're an employer group, we'd love to plug you in as that trusted referral source. I talked to an attorney today, another story, talking to an attorney this morning, and he does divorces. We got to talking. He said, Ellen, I know you got a couple of businesses going. What have you got going? And I told him about my agency, Business Financial Services. We also have a healthcare division. I said, so we've been busy doing health insurance replacement with our healthcare program. And he goes, man, I need to remember that. He said, every week I'm doing a divorce, and every time somebody gets a divorce, they're usually coming off of their spouse's healthcare plan, and they're looking for new health insurance. He said, I'll have to remember that and start sending referrals your way. So just putting that little seed out there for you guys on some of the conversations that I'm having. I'm doing enrollments every single week. I'm signing up RX customers. And the reason I'm doing it, where some of you may or may not be doing it, is because I'm having conversations. That's the only thing that is setting me apart from any of you that are not getting customers, is that I'm willing to talk to people. And I promise you, the first conversation that I ever had about any new service that we have, I was stumbling over it, or I would listen to the promotion, the training video that we got, and then I would start talking to myself, talking out loud. And then I say it 3 or 4 times, and I'm just comfortable. I'm like, what the heck? I'm calling somebody. I'll call somebody and ask them, hey, what are you guys doing for healthcare? Or do you happen to know anybody that's spending over $20 a month on prescription drugs? I just get the conversation started, because for me, there's no better practice ground than to really be out there on the playing field, having the conversations. Questions come up that I may not know the answer to, and I always say, hey, that's a great question. I'm not quite sure about that, but I'll get an answer and get back to you, right? If I'm the one that's making that call, if it's you guys, we can do the calls with you, okay? We're happy to do calls with you. And if you're on the phone and can't get one of us on a 3-way, your upline team, then do what I do and say, that's a great question. I'm not sure about the answer, but I'll get an answer and get back with you. Or let me see if I can get somebody on the phone. You got a minute? Let me see if I can 3-way you in. So that's how you work, guys, getting on the phone and having conversations with clients, prospects, to move them on through. And it's really a simple business, again, if you're willing to have conversations. I see some stuff in the chat.
Yeah, we've got several different questions here. The first one is the best way to approach 10 people a day for healthcare. And I think you kind of answered that.
Yeah, you just make a list and you reach out to them and ask the question, what are you guys doing for healthcare? Ask the question. If they've already got a healthcare plan that they love, or they just did a re-enrollment or whatever, say, well, listen, my company, however you want to introduce your company, whether you started working with us on a part-time basis, or you've been with us for a long time and you've talked to them about what we do. It may be that you've already told them that you have a business services and a business funding agency. Now you're talking to them about healthcare. You can say, hey, I'm real excited. We've got a new healthcare division, and I'm just reaching back out to people and asking the question, if you run across anyone that might benefit from getting a quote on healthcare, I would love to help them out. We're typically seeing about an $8,000 a year savings versus traditional healthcare. When you start putting those big numbers out, 8,000 savings for individual or 4,000 savings for an employee in an employer group plan, those are big numbers, and it gets people's attention, and they're going, okay, let me see what it looks like. I want to say one more thing on that too. As I was having a conversation last Friday with an insurance broker here in my local community. He's actually the president of my local chamber. We were talking about his insurance products, and I was talking to him about healthcare and specifically going through the details on our RX plan, right? And as we were talking about that, he said something that really resonated with me. I want you to write this down. It's not always about price when it comes to talking about what we deliver on our health share plans, right? It's not always about the price. We may be close in price, but it's really about the value that we deliver, the total value, not just the price. So we may have a product that might be a little bit more expensive than something else that they've gotten quoted. But when you look at the total value of what we're offering, that dollar value may be much more worth it because they may not be in a high deductible plan like the cheaper monthly premium would be, or they're going to have a better customer service experience with us if they might pay a little bit more than that cheaper plan, or our plan may be a little bit more, but we don't have a skinny network. We've got a nationwide PPO network that pretty much is going to have their preferred doctors on it. Not always, but what I'm finding most of the time, people that already have a preferred doctor that they like, know, and trust, they're already on our PPO network. So you're not going to find that stuff out unless you start having conversations with people. But guys, I share my stories with you so that I can help you build your confidence by listening to me and taking my stories and taking my example and you building on that and going, okay, if Ellen can do this, I can do this, because I'm no better than anybody on this Zoom tonight. In fact, many of you could probably way outperform me if you got out and started having conversations. I'm just willing, and I want it so much that I want to help people so much that I can't stay quiet about what we have to offer. So take my examples and let that give you fuel and inspire you to go out and have a conversation with someone tomorrow or tonight, depending on what time zone you're in. I want you to think, we're here on the 15th of the month. How many customers can you get on the books over the next 2 weeks before we end the month of July? I mean, yeah, January. Well, yeah, where did July come in? Oh, don't fast forward me into the middle of the year. But yeah, let's do that. How many customers can you put on the books before this month ends? And how many personal residual revenue points can you put on your dashboard before this month ends? Harlequin, what's the next thing we have there in the chat?
Okay, what is the best time of month to enroll new agents, and does it make a difference for them?
No, it does not. New agents, doesn't matter to them at all. Their first 90 days, they're automatically qualified in the compensation plan to earn on somebody else. So it's not going to affect them. And that annual, the 12-month period that we have to earn the bump up bonus, it's 12 months from their anniversary date. So absolutely doesn't matter when they get started, doesn't affect their volume, doesn't affect you. However, if they got started before the month is out and they started bringing in customers, it could affect your volume to go to the next level in the compensation plan. So I would say always be recruiting. And anytime there's an opportunity to get somebody started, if it's a good time for them, get them started. I had a conversation with a couple last week, husband and wife couple. They're excited about what we're doing and they're going to be joining the business, but they're getting ready to go on a cruise. So the timing of when they can go through the training, they've got to figure that out so that when they sign up, they're ready to hit the ground running. They don't want to get signed up and then come back to it later. So it's all about timing.
Okay.
And it's ID Protect available in Canada. It is for US based citizens only. Thanks,
Yeah,
Ann.
you're missing some questions here.
I know that was a good one.
Yeah. Can they get a quote for health share before signing up?
Absolutely. Yeah, and we want you to do that. And if you've not gotten a quote on your own, you need to do that. In fact, let me go over and do screen share. Let me get my health share page open before I screen share. I did this today multiple times, just playing around with our quote tool. Okay, and you should do the same. So I'm going to go over here to dachealthcare.com and individual plans. You want to go in here, and of course you've got your videos. If you're new, you need to get familiar with the website. That when we launched this new website, that was the first thing I did. I watched every video on here. I read every word on the page. I clicked on the buttons to see where they went to, and I got very familiar with the page. If any of you, if you have not seen this second video on your individual page, this is a powerful video. And I promise you, if you'll watch that, if you don't get excited about the services that we're marketing, you're with the wrong company, because just the 3 stories that Jason Sherman, the CEO with Clearwater, the 3 stories that he shares in this one video are powerful testimonials. And, you know, every time I listen to that, I just want to pick up the phone and call 5 more people, because I know there's somebody out there that I can help and with one of those testimonials. Okay. But you want to go in, and I'm going to go down here to the button that says find my price, because they all lead to a different place on the next page. So I'm going to fill this in. And on your page, once you fill this in, you're going to get the lead, you're going to get the email. See if I typed it right. Yep. And now, once that submits, I'm going to receive an email in my inbox as the referring agent that says, congratulations, someone just started a health share quote. Okay. Now it takes me over to the co-branded page here at DAC Healthcare powered by Clearwater. Hey, we just need a little information from you to get started. So you want to get started here. It's just me. I don't have an HSA plan. That's a health savings account. I do not have one. If someone has one, they will know. I usually pick this middle one that is the advanced plan, because this advanced plan in the middle is going to feel exactly like insurance on the user experience. So, and most people are going to pick this, but I just read the questions. And when I'm on the phone with somebody that's interested in healthcare, I take them through this over the phone. I don't send them my link and let them fill it out. I say, hey, you got a couple of minutes? I'll take you through a quote right now. And I just go through the questions. How much would you feel comfortable spending out of pocket for surgery or something major? Because really, if they have that advanced plan, this is really when they're going to get into that out of pocket max, right? Most people are going to pick 2,500 as that middle number, and then whatever age bracket. And do you want an accident plan? It says, what level of extra accident and critical illness coverage would you like to add? None. 5,000, 10,000, or 10,000, 20,000. I'm going to say none. And what kind of health care do you have right now? And this is, you know, what are you spending? So I'm going to do that. Click submit. And once I click submit, it's going to ask for my information again. I'll fill this in. My info is there. Select the drop down. There are about 5 states that have specific requirements for ACA. So that's why it asks for what state you're in. And also, they're going to make sure that they pair you up with an agent that's licensed in that state to do a quote. I'm going to fill that out, and I'm going to click submit. Once I click submit on that, it's going to give me an on-screen quote. Here, see my plans, okay? If I'm on the phone with someone, I'm going to tell them what those numbers look like, and then I'm also going to highlight this in my browser. I'm going to right-click it, and I'm going to email it to them, okay? So that they can either look at it while we're talking, or they've got it for future reference. So if I'm on the phone with someone, I'd say, hey, we've got the advanced plan, the one that I'm on, and is the Mac Daddy plan is $579 a month, but we have our basic plan that's as low as $449. There's probably some other price options if that doesn't work for you. And most of the time they're going to say, okay, that sounds good. What's my next step? And I'm going to say, well, here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to book a meeting with you. And I click book a meeting up here on the screen. I'd like to book a meeting with you and one of our internal benefits brokers so that they can go through all of the details of the plan and make sure you get all your questions answered. And also make sure that there's no pre-existing conditions that might jeopardize your coverage here. And they go, okay, so I'm going to fill this out. I clicked book a meeting. Are you currently a member? No, this is a new client, right? So here you're going to do the email again. And I always, when I'm filling in the email on the phone, I always highlight and copy it so that I can just paste it. And I didn't do that in here as I'm excited and showing y'all what I do. But once you do that, then start booking, and it opens up a calendar. So if I'm on the phone with you today, I'm going to say, hey, I've got appointments this afternoon as early as 2:30 all the way up until 4:30. Does today work for you? And if they say, no, today, but what about tomorrow? Then I'm going to click on tomorrow's calendar, and I'm going to say, I've got appointments starting as early as 9 a.m. What time frame works for you? And then they'll give me a time, and I'll go ahead and pick it on the calendar, fill in their information. It auto-populated for me the referral code. This is your agent ID number, okay? So if you're filling out this calendar appointment for them, then you put your ID number. If there's anything you need to share that will help prepare for the meeting, you can put those notes in. You know, you may say, hey, I just got a quote for me, but if the plan were right, might do a family plan. Whatever those notes are, when you click confirm, it's automatically going to send a link over to your client with health share. And also when you click confirm, you're going to get a little box that shows up, a confirmation window, and it's going to tell you who the consultant is. So take a look at that little box while you're on the phone with the client and say, okay, looks like we've got you booked with Matt Sherman, or you're booked with Tina Brinson. And if you'll check your email, you'll have an email from Tina, or you'll have an email from Matt, or you'll have an email from Jake. Whoever that consultant is who the email will be from. It's part of the automated system, but it's a Zoom link. So while you've got the client on the phone, just ask them to check their email. They'll look at their email and they'll go, oh, I've got it. That way you've confirmed that they have that link, and then just say, okay, well, you're set up for tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. If anything happens, please let me know so we can get you rescheduled for another time. But it'll only take you about 30 minutes on there, and they'll be able to get all your questions answered. All good? And they're like, yeah, Ellen, thanks so much for helping me out. That's it. I do that. It takes me maybe 5 minutes on the phone. If they want to ask me a bunch of questions about the plan, I'm not licensed. I don't tell people that I'm not licensed. I don't take away my credibility there. I could, but I don't. I just tell them I want to get them on the phone with one of our benefits consultants, right? And if they need to know that I'm just kind of the sales rep on the front end, they're fine with that. And people understand that, right? Because they know I'm the agency owner here with my DAC business, and I'm not the one doing all the background work that the insurance team is. So that's what I do. It really is simple. And because I do that way, I'm really creating a connection with me and my clients. So now, after they do that call, I'll reach out to the client and I'll say, hey, did you do your Zoom with Tina, or how did the Zoom with Tina go? And I'll ask them questions, and then I'm picking their brain to see if they think they're inclined to go with us. And they go, yeah, I love it. We're going to get started the first of next month. The client will tell me that. Then after the first of next month, I'm going to reach out to them. I'll send them a text and I'll say, hey, just checking in to see if you got your welcome kit for the membership. Day 2, they'll get, or actually the first day of the month, they'll get their confirmation email with their membership ID. But the first or second day of the next month, I'm texting them, making sure that they receive that email, and then making sure that they got their member ID. Do they need any help downloading the app and getting all of that set up on the phone? I can do it. And you know why I'm an expert at that? Because I'm using the plan. I have our healthcare, and I have the health wallet on my phone. I have the Clearwater Health Wallet. And I believe and I'm passionate about this program because I'm using it. I've gone to multiple doctor's appointments for my preventative care. Last year, I went to 3 different doctor's visits for preventative care. I've gone for blood work draw and a hormone draw. So I've used the plan like 6 times, and I had an ophthalmologist appointment in there. I've used it like 6 or 7 times, and it's just been amazing. The people that I've sold the plan to that are using the program, they love it. They're saving money. They've got great service. They are talking about how they can call customer support and they don't have to wait on hold forever like they used to with Blue Cross or Aetna. And they love it. So guys, we got a gold mine in our hands here. We just got to get the word out and start letting people know how much money we can help them save and get them in a better network, a better plan. All right, Harlequin, anything else there?
Yeah, we still got several questions. One comment I will make, whenever you were doing that quote, you had chosen age 60 to 64, which is the highest rates that they have on the healthcare plan. The next question, somebody was wanting to know if they can put a QR code or any verbiage on a back window or vehicle on a or magnetic sign for their vehicle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then the next person said, I would like to know where to get the best training for healthcare for business owners and for individuals.
Okay, so all of our training is in the Agent Resource Center. So you want to log into your back office through the footer of David Allen Capital, do the agent login, and on the left-hand side, once you get logged in there to that dashboard that I was showing earlier, on the left side, there's an Agent Resource Center link. And then if you're looking at it on your mobile phone, I had someone send me a screenshot today saying, I can't find anything but getting started. And when I looked at the picture, that was why it was on a mobile phone. So if you're on your mobile device, you need to look at the little 3 bars, probably in the top left-hand corner of your app, and you click on that and it opens up a drop-down menu, and then you'll go to health care. And on that, you got a drop down for your health share and your RX plans. If you're on a desktop computer, it's all across the top of the page there, but there's great training there. The health share, we do a weekly update on that. So not only do we have the launch video that goes through all of what our plan is, but there's also a weekly coaching session by Jake, and he does a great job on that. Then we've got print materials where you can go in and customize it on Canva for that product as well.
Okay. And then someone was asking in reference to the healthcare, is it, and I think they're confused a little bit. This is iPhone who's new. Is it just medications, not dental or eye care or anything like that, correct? So
okay, so we've got 2 different products. All right, we've got our RX plan, which is a standalone prescription drug program, and it works for anybody that's paying more than $20 a month on prescription drugs. So whether they have insurance, whether they don't have insurance, whether they're on Medicare, whatever, if they're spending more than $20 out of pocket, our flat fee RX program is probably a good fit. They just want to look up the drugs on the formulary list And if their drugs are covered, even if all of them aren't covered, if they've got enough drugs that are covered that it's going to save them over $20 to use our program, then it's a good fit, because they'll also get some discounts on over-the-counter things like cold medicines, vitamins, nutritional supplements. There's like 24 different over-the-counter medications and supplements that they can get at a wholesale price just by having our membership. The other one, which we just went through, is healthcare. Our healthcare plan has the full healthcare. We have a vision supplement that can be added on. We have a dental supplement that can be added on, or those can be purchased as standalones. We as DAC agents don't market those. We're just marketing the health share because that's what we get commissioned on, because it's not a true licensed product. But the supplemental dental and the vision are licensed, and they can be added on to the health share plan. We also have the critical illness and accident, and there's even a hospital indemnity plan that can be added on to those. So it's a full benefits platform when we talk about our health share. And if someone goes in and gets a quote and our health share program is not a good fit for them, we have major medical underwritten plans that our team can enroll them on. They're always going to look to see what the best fit is for the client, not necessarily just trying to sell them a health share because DAC gets commissioned on it. So they're always going to look for the best fit. And even if they qualify for a discount plan through healthcare.gov, then they would take them in that direction if that's going to be the best fit for them too.
Yeah.
Good questions. Thank you for those.
Yeah. And just to add, medications are covered under the health share plan as well.
Yeah. Great pharmacy benefits there.
Yeah. And you had already answered Ann Hames' question about the ID Protect. And just to let you know, the only things that we offer in Canada are the special Canadian funding and payment processing. Those are the only two services that we offer in Canada. And that's the end of questions.
That's it. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate all the questions tonight. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you watching on the replay, if that's the case. Continue sharing this with your teams, but really take a look, see what you can get accomplished here in the next couple of weeks. Before you know it, if you've been around for a while, May 31st is creeping up on you. We've got an extra bonus that you can qualify for, but you better get busy getting some points on the board to qualify for that 7-level bump up pay. Okay. I want you guys to win. I want you to win big. So thanks for your commitment to what you're doing with DAC, and I appreciate you all. Take care. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow on the health share Zoom at 11:30. All right. Take care, everyone.